Hey, welcome back to the channel. This is the most disturbing videos on the internet today. Let's dive in.
We can all agree that them Germans were up to no good. Near a small village in Poland lies the biggest, darkest secret from World War II. This is Die Glocke, also known as the Bell, a super top secret project of history's most hated political party. Disclaimer, I am in no way promoting nor glamorizing this evil party. This is simply information and a bit of speculation that exists on the internet. I'm just talking about it. But this highly classified technological device was rumored to be capable of doing things that are just impossible with our current understanding of science, and is said to have been made during one of Germany's biggest development booms in history, a time that German scientists and engineers were pumping out new inventions left and right. Things like night vision goggles, the Volkswagen Beetle, polyurethane, particle board wood, and even Fanta were all made by 1930s Germany. And they obviously also pioneered many weapons, missiles, and military technology that were groundbreaking for their time. A lot of their more classified projects were developed in top secret underground lairs, many of which have actually been uncovered. In fact, the US was so impressed with their technical expertise that they even poached a few of their country's top engineers after the end of the war in Operation Paperclip, where incriminating affiliation and war crimes committed by smart individuals were dismissed in order to let them gain citizenship and work in the States, bringing over 1,000 German scientists into the US, some of whom even led to the foundation of NASA, like Wernher von Braun. Now, beyond just impressive weaponry and other technological leaps, the idea of supernatural wonder weapons was also popularized among the German party, with further rumors of them going out to search for ancient sites and artifacts that held secret powers beyond our understanding in the 1930s. Expeditions for the Ark of the Covenant, the Holy Grail, the Spear of Destiny, and many confirmed missions to Antarctica to find who knows what down there. Even a quest to find Atlantis. These guys were obsessed with the occult and the alleged powers of our ancient past. Not surprisingly, they had a bunch of extremely highly classified projects that never saw the public eye, some of which were even revealed decades later, like in 2000, when Polish journalist Igor Witkowski writes about something that catches people's attention in his book Prawda o Wunderwaffe, The Truth of the Wonder Weapon, which he allegedly gathered from private discussions with wartime intelligence officers regarding highly classified documents from World War II. That would be Die Glocke, the Bell, Germany's take on creating their own wonder weapon, using what they've learned from their searches and study of the ancient past. It was shaped like a bell, about 12 to 14 feet tall, with two counter-rotating cylinders inside, filled with a special metallic liquid that was the main source of its power. This liquid was called Serum 525, aka Red Mercury. And the Red Mercury rabbit hole is honestly one of my recent favorites. It's pretty wacky, but I might have to dive into that one soon, so watch out for that. When this bell was activated, it would behave as a sort of UFO, moving around without a propulsion system, and even being able to create a radius of anti-gravity around it. It would allegedly also create a zone of effect around itself that made blood clot and plants die. Oh, and could also teleport people into different dimensions and travel through time, all in one. Obviously, it was a work in progress, otherwise they probably would have won the war, so we sure dodged that bullet. And this wasn't even the first time that mystical occult practices by this party were exposed. Back in 1960, a book in France was written called Le Matin des Magiciens, The Morning of the Magicians, which also wrote about top secret German research projects from WW2, which involved alchemy, parallel universes, extraterrestrial communications, and time travel. This structure found in Western Poland is all that allegedly stands of Die Glocke to this day, a sort of man-made Stonehenge that would have contained the bell inside of it during testing, also locally known as Muchołapka, Polish for Venus flytrap. What we do know is that this structure was part of the larger German Project Riese, a construction project consisting of many underground structures initiated by the infamous party in this exact region of Poland. And the true purpose of Project Riese remains unclear due to lack of documentation and an abrupt end to it when the war was over. This is also where it's said the bell was initially found before being confiscated by the US for further study, rumored to have been transported to America, where they continued its development with all the scientists they brought over from Operation Paperclip. And many people even insist they actually saw the bell falling from the sky during one of its test runs in the 60s, the Kecksburg UFO incident of 1965, where a giant fireball was seen by hundreds of residents in northeastern USA before crashing in Kecksburg, Pennsylvania. The US military quickly closed off the area area during the time of the crash, and it was speculated to have been a test flight of Die Glocke, with many claiming that the craft they saw was bell-shaped, and is why today a bell monument stands on display near the Kecksburg fire station in memory of this incident. But of course, NASA later claimed that it was a Soviet satellite, Cosmos 96, that fell from space, which was the cause of this fireball. Kinda like when they publicly stated the Roswell UFO crash of 1947 was a weather balloon accident, and we found out decades later that was actually a cover story and they lied. But no, don't worry. It's the government. They're definitely telling us the truth this time. We can all agree that them Germans were up to no good. Near a
Red Mercury powering the Die Glocke? It makes sense. For entertainment purposes only. Do your own research on everything.
Going first.
Oh no, go first. I'm about to take a picture of it. You gotta get lower than that. Look at him move.
Oh my god.
Uh-oh, it's about to catch something. Y'all ready to go back?
Yes.
The year is 1025, and since they added 1,000 years to our history, you would have to condense all of the wars and the battles into a 1,000-year period. One of the big technologies that the government is hiding from us is anti-gravity, because you need a propulsion system to get from district to district. And one of the best ways to travel is using a sailboat, because they have water that you can float on and use air. And also the anti-gravity can levitate the ship, and you can use, again, wind to travel through the air into different districts. And that's how I believe that Cortez and these clone races came and invaded America, or the whole world really, around 500 AD. And now it makes more sense that we learned about there's more districts, because they have a district out there called the Ancestral Republic and the Land of the Giants, the Land of the Anakim. I believe that both these species had came to the inner worlds and basically took over what was ruled by the custodians, which was the Black Americans. The Ancestral Republic and the lands of the Anakim Giants are a civilization that lived in the inner earth before the flood, and they were cast out. So they're actually really not even supposed to exist at this moment. But those are the actual civilizations who are ruling over the inner earth, which is basically, North, Central, South America. And so Cortez, along with a whole bunch of other generals, were coming from the Ancestral Republic, colonizing and conquering the indigenous people all over the earth at the same time. So you got to condense all those wars and battles into 1,000 years. So we're talking about the fall of King Arthur. We're talking about the fall of Rome, England, Italy, and Scots with the wild men. We're talking about the fall of America around 492 AD. So all these wars were happening at the same time, because they coming from outside the district, coming into invading these lands, like to overtake the lands from the actual custodians. And then they start establishing their religions and this and that, coming at us like they gods to overtake us and, establish their own power and rewrite history. The year is 1025.
When's that movie coming out? I want to see that. That sounds like a good one. They out there fighting the Flying Dutchman, flying ships. I'm telling you, man, when's that movie coming out? If you're enjoying this video, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button, because I do these boys every single day. And I'd love to see you tomorrow. Now let's get straight back into the action.
Okay, so I'm in the cockpit of a plane. This is getting brighter outside the plane.
And then it turns.
When's it turning?
And then it stops. And then
Wait.
it stops position. And then it goes away.
What is that?
And then there's two more.
Where?
Right below it.
Yeah, right there.
Where? Point to where there's another one. Oh, and now there's two more. So what is this?
I don't know, man.
Look at it. Bright, throbbing, and then wait, and then it went away. Okay.
They're chasing the orbs on the airplane now. That's what I'm talking about.
We're up till 4 in the morning, Yeah,
So,
actually a little more like 5 in the morning. But
Okay.
we got the XAI data center, or supercomputer center, training from beginning installation to start of training in 19 days, which is the fastest that anyone has ever gotten a supercomputer to train.
and is that in that new building off the side?
That's in Memphis, actually.
It's in Memphis.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's where you were?
Yeah.
I see.
Memphis, the capital of ancient Egypt.
Right. Yeah, you're bringing what?
Perhaps that's where our new God will come from.
Yeah, no.
That's where our new God will come from.
Yeah, kidding. No kidding. Yeah, I wish that was funny. Yeah, okay, so I want to talk to you about alignment.
I wish that was funny.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right. You're up till 4 in the morning?
Yeah,
So-
actually a little more.
Oh my goodness, what is Elon up to?
This is the Temple of Ra, found in the Grand Canyon. Artifacts the Smithsonian say never existed were supposedly found by John Powell and K.E. Kincaid. These are hieroglyphics supposedly found in John Powell's cave. This is the Temple of Isis. There was also a golden Egyptian tablet supposedly found there with some sort of cuneiform language on the tablet. The temples of Ra, Osiris, Horus, and Set sit right amongst each other in the Grand Canyon. These are the supposed caves that was found with the artifacts in them. There was also a Hindu amphitheater there, and this artifact was so-called found there also. It's real ironic, huh? We know the truth now. This is the temple.
I gotta go to the Grand Canyon. If you've been to the Grand Canyon, drop some tips in the comments below and some stuff you need to see nearby.
They say history is written by the victors, but sometimes history isn't written at all. Tredegar House, a grand estate draped in the official timeline. Its story beginning conveniently in the 1670s. A rich man, a brick mansion, an expansion, and yet beneath the weight of that carefully crafted narrative, something older lingers. A manor of stone. No date, no builder, no records worth mentioning, just a passing reference, a fair place of stone, as if acknowledging it too deeply might unravel something best left forgotten. But the past does not go quietly. If you know where to look, the symbols remain, the lion, the griffin, even the unicorn, guardians of a history that refuses to be erased. Inside you'll find fireplaces, many of them. But where are the chimneys? Were they meant for fire or something else? Ether, perhaps, drawing energy from the very air, a forgotten technology hidden in plain sight. Beneath this red brick facade, a deeper layer breathes. The old stone stands still, buried beneath the revision. But was it simply renovated or overwritten? Why does the official story begin in the 1670s? Why does the true origin of this place vanish into whispers? Was this just another estate, or a They say history is written by the victors.
You thought I didn't have an excellent specimen for you today? Think again.
World War II is a big one, but same thing with the World Fairs, telling us that
Well, we're
World War II is a big one, but same thing with the World Fairs, telling us that these buildings were temporary. Found a ton of books on this. I've been collecting all these old books, finding out that these buildings were 50,000 square feet, up to 150,000 square feet. Even the Crystal Palace of New York City, 1851, 100,000 square feet, and it allegedly burned down, which is interesting because I didn't know glass and iron can catch on fire. But, when you see all of these things, you see these world fairs and you see the world wars and you see all of these things, you see that we've been told a bunch of nonsense, and that's to keep us in the dark. And like you said, so that we're not connected to the materials, not connected to the resonance of the buildings, the frequencies. And even like I told you when I visited New York City and I went to St. Thomas Cathedral and St. Michael's Cathedral downtown, I mean, those buildings, you walk in and you can just feel it. You can feel the materials. You can feel the pipe organs. You can feel everything about those buildings. I found a video, which was crazy, from 1899. and it looks exactly the same. These buildings have been around for a very long period of time. I don't even know how many times we've gone through this. When we look at all of these times of the 1850s, 1840s, 1830s, a lot of things are missing. Like even the 1876 Centennial World Fair, which was in Philadelphia, they have these. World War II is a big
Centennial World Fair. I haven't heard about that one. Feast your eyes on this large clusters of Tanzanite blue fluorite. If I had to name this would be Blackberry Sky. So they're saying these are hydronic power generators, you say. Sacred geometry, water, energy cities look like stars, and their purpose is not accurately covered in mainstream history, even though they have been talked about many of times. Are we looking at hydronic power generators? These star forts? Drop your thoughts in the comments below.
This is Daiglok.
That these real fossils are what started the stories about the griffin. To summarize, the griffin is a creature from Egyptian mythology that originated about 5,000 years ago. Looks like this, a mix between an eagle and a lion. And it used to be widely believed as a real creature. Here's a fake taxidermy of it in a museum. Recently, we've discovered bones that closely resemble the ancient myth of the griffin, which is actually the bones of this dinosaur that was similar to a triceratops. Like the griffin, these dinosaurs also had a beak and elongated shoulder blades that could be mistaken for wings. Pretty crazy! What do you think about it? As always, top comment chooses the next one.
Exploring the largest abandoned mansion in the world. It was built in 1897 and is worth $260 million. There are 110 rooms inside this house. Definitely Tartarian. Look at the stairs. There are 5 art galleries, indoor pool, chapel, and party rooms. The owners were one of the wealthiest people in the world. Rothschild. But the owner's son and grandson died in the Titanic sinking. Oh no. How extraordinary. Look at the lavish ceilings. We heard about the tunnels deep underground and went to investigate. Oh, you know this is Tartarian. What do you think this room was used for?
I had a mimosa at 7 a.m. this morning.
Okay. We'll see why I'm confused. Where I asked.
Oh, there was no confusion. I'm sorry that you're confused.
Can I speak?
Oh my God.
I asked, do you remember what you're drinking? And you say, no, a mimosa.
You got this right there?
Was it no or a mimosa? So your last drink was at what time?
7 a.m.
And it was what?
A 7 a.m. mimosa 2 days ago. I'm sorry you didn't catch that.
2 days ago?
2 days ago. 7 a.m.
So you haven't had anything to drink today?
That is correct. I had water. I had Diet Coke. You question me on what I had to drink. Let's run it down.
Because I smell it on you.
I love that. Thank you. I had 2 Diet Cokes. Thank you. At 10 a.m. I had a Starbucks refresher at noon. A Starbucks. You know what? I had a cold brew at noon, and then 2 p.m. I had a six espresso shots. I had 6 espresso shots at noon.
Okay. And is there a reason why you were driving like that?
Or what? With espresso shots?
No. Is there a reason that you were driving in the mirror to where you said that you were following people really closely, you were speeding up, you jumped the car?
I'm sorry, I said what?
Is there a reason that you were driving how you were?
Do you mind if you turn your light off?
Sure, I'll turn it down.
Do you mind? It's still shining on my...
I know, I have to be able to see you. It's dark outside.
It's okay. Do you mind shining it down a little bit?
I put it down.
It's okay, perfect. Can you repeat the question?
Why were you driving like that?
Driving like what,
Recklessly.
sir? Recklessly. What was my issue?
That you were speeding, you were following too closely.
You never released I asked you why was I being pulled over, you wouldn't tell me.
No, that was not me.
Can you tell me why I was being pulled over?
Okay, so you were speeding, you were following people too closely.
Can you show me why I was speeding?
Mm-hmm.
Can I see it? Can you show me?
Can you see what?
You pulled me over for speeding.
I didn't pull you over.
Can I see why you pulled me over?
I'm telling you.
I have that right. Do I not?
No.
Do I not? I don't have the right.
I'm telling you.
I don't have the right.
How can I show you that you're speeding?
Are you serious? I know my rights.
Okay.
Can you show me?
So
I will stand over here.
no, come over here.
No, I will stand here and show me why
Okay,
I'm
I think
pulled
you
over.
seem to think that you're in charge here, and you're really not.
Show me.
So, I do have concerns about your sobriety.
I don't want to be in the middle of the road.
Well, no, we have
police cars with
their lights on.
sacrifice my safety.
Okay.
I chose to stay on the side of the road. That's my right. You can talk to me like a human.
So, I'd like to check your eyes as part of the field sobriety.
Check me, please.
So if you could,
I think you have a problem, sir.
Can you stand down here?
Earns $700K a year, but doesn't have even 7 cents worth of civic sense.
If you could stand with your feet together, and then your hands by your side touching your thighs.
Yeah, that's fine. I know.
Okay. You wear glasses or contacts? Do you wear glasses or contacts?
How about you decide? Don't you have to judge?
I don't know if you wear glasses
You
or
should know,
contacts.
no? Okay, sorry, sir. No, I don't.
Okay. Do you have any medical conditions? See a doctor for
Other
anything?
than you?
I'm not a doctor.
I know.
Okay.
That's funny.
Do you see a doctor or have any medical conditions?
Many.
Okay, what you got?
What?
What medical conditions do you have?
Medical condition.
You taking 90 seconds out of your super busy schedule meant the world.
Oh yeah, I'm like that. You don't want to work? Come on, man. You don't want to work, man. All right. Oh yeah. My turn. There it is. Oh! All right, thanks.
That's what America should look like. If you made it this far, go ahead and drop Wednesday Motion in the comments. It means a lot to me that you made it this far, and I thank you. This was the most disturbing videos on the internet today. See you tomorrow.